So I just traveled with the famous photographer Daisy Gilardini in Svalbard for a week, and it's really interesting to see and hear what she has to say about wildlife photography. I was so lucky to do a nice interview with her, and yeah, let's hear what she has to say. Here is the interview.
Hi, my name is Daisy Gilardini. I'm originally from Switzerland and now live in British Columbia, Canada. I'm a wildlife photographer specialized in the polar regions. Currently in Svalbard, 2 o'clock at night looking for bears. Started photography long ago, I would say 25 years ago, on a trip to India. My passion for photography though started when I was a kid, and I got a little seal puppy and toy, and I just wanted to be able to see them in their natural environment and photograph them, and that started all there. Started photography for my passion for nature and animals. I always wanted to become a vet. That never happened. I actually became an expert in finance and accounting, but started traveling looking for wildlife, and I'm still doing it after 25 years. Just love the isolation of the places I visit. I'm specialized in polar regions, so I spend a lot of time in Antarctica among penguins, and here in the Arctic. We're currently in Svalbard looking for polar bears. And I just love the isolation, the fact that you can really unplug. You're disconnected from the outside world, from the internet, from social media, and you just be in the present. Whatever nature, if 2 o'clock at night, beautiful light, you're out. You just follow the rhythm of nature, and that's what I love the most. How do I describe myself as a photographer? Okay, let's see. I think photography for me is a big passion for the natural world, a form of art. I try to be very simple in my photography to convey messages. The most important for me is conservation. So I do what I do trying to get people involved and passionate about the environment, and I think only with beautiful picture, an emotional picture, you can do that. Once the public loves what you're showing them, they will try to protect it, so it's very important. Science, I always think that science is the brain while photography is the heart, and we need both in order to convey messages and really get people involved in conservation. In photography, my goal is really to simplify the shapes, whatever it is, a landscape or an animal, because I only think with simplicity you can really convey emotions. If I take a portrait of an animal, I do a lot of white on white. I really think the soul shines through that kind of images, high key images. So convey emotions by simplify the shapes. It's a form of art, and it's very difficult to achieve. I think good photography is whatever moves emotion in the audience. It's always a three-dimension medium, because you have the photographer, you have the subject, and you have the viewer. So once all the three are involved, then that's good photography. A good photographer is the one that really captured the essence of the subject with simplicity. No doubt about that, Antarctica. Most remote place on assignment was the North Pole expedition on ski. So ski the last degree. It wasn't really a wildlife photography assignment, but it was a way to really understand the ice, the cold, and this amazing environment that I'm really blessed to be able to visit for so many years and so many times. Very humbling experience, actually. I think that there isn't a single moment. It's just being a wildlife photographer, being able to do what you love and do it every day and be in amazing places. Then every moment you meet a polar bear and you're accepted, every moment a penguins come to check you out and greets you and want to touch you because they're curious. Those are really memorable moments. Being accepted in the environment with the animals is something really so precious to me. Photography totally changed my life. As I said, I was an expert in finance and accounting. I had my 8 to 5 hours job every day in the office. Fell in love with Antarctica, and I decided I had to change. I had to do something that's worth it, my time, worth it, my life, and for me right now it's conservation. I'm a member of the International League of Conservation Photographer, as well as the Sea Legacy organization, and I really try to share the images in order to educate people and inspire people to be more aware of our environment. All my projects are self-assignment projects, and I've been working to two main projects. I would like to say lifetime project. I've been working on climate change since 1996, and is an ongoing project because, as we know, climate change won't gonna still be going for a long time. And then I've just published a book on bears, North American bears. So bears are one of my big projects in life, and those are projects that will never give up. I continue traveling the region, the polar region, for polar bears, British Columbia spear bear and black bears, and Alaska for grizzly bears. Those are my passion, so that's what I do the best, because I love what I do. So I always think that if you're passionate about what you're doing, the love you put into your photography is going to shine through your images. Yeah, social media, Facebook, digital era totally changed the photography world. In some ways in the worst, in some way in the best. You have, as a wildlife photographer, I think you have to be present in social media, and it's an excellent platform to convey messages. So through the beauty of the images we capture, the cuteness of the animals, or the problem we witness in the field, I think for us it's a great opportunity to reach millions of people, actually, and so I think it's very powerful and very positive. Yeah, the digital era really brought photography accessible to everybody. Everybody has a camera, everybody has a phone. I think it's positive because in wildlife photography, it inspire people to be out and to be around the nature world. But that comes to a price. Some wildlife photographers don't really respect ethics anymore, and sometimes there is a lot of bad things going on in the field, like baiting animals to get the picture, getting too close, disturb them. Being a wildlife photographer, I really strictly impose myself those rules to always respect the animals, never bait the animals, and let them do what they do, what they in nature do, and just let them come to me, not approach them. And that's the best you can do with an animal. If the animals approach you, means it's comfortable, it's curious, it wants to check you out, and it's not stressed. So there is a lot of problems in the field with people that do not respect this ethics, and I fight every day to promote these kind of right behaviors. Well, the digital era was a big thing, opened up a huge possibility, and I think there is endless possibility ahead of us. Technologies is galloping in front of us. Probably I think video is gonna take over still photography, because we're gonna have the technology actually to grab images from video, which is already possible in some cameras, and it's amazing what we can do with that. So I think that's going to be the future. Yep. In life in general, but in photography and whatever you want to be successful, I always apply the rule, what I call the rule of the 3P: passion, patience, and perseverance. Passion, well, the passion and love you put in your images is going to shine through your photography. Patient, being a wildlife photographer, well, if you're not patient, you're not gonna get there. And perseverance, if you're patient enough, you're gonna be successful.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.